Juvelan, yes. Ako po si Father Juvelan. I'm assigned in Don Bosco Technical Institute, Makati as the spiritual moderator of the elementary department. Kaya ang kasama ko mga kinder to grade 6 every day. 1,500 young people, children. But in the school you also have junior high school and senior high school and TVET students. Tapos currently, I'm also assigned as the delegate for the Salesian Youth Movement. So that means I'm helping in the animation of all the youth groups in all the Don Bosco parishes, schools, training centers, youth centers in Luzon. So that's my assignment. And yun, I'm very happy to be invited by Kuya Edwin to be part of your formation this afternoon. And I was asked to share something about the youth situation. Pero bago po ako magsimula, okay lang ba na magpakilala din kayo para at least magkakilala tayo? I know Kuya Edwin, Sir Rolly, and the rest.
Ako si Isaiah or Ice na lang. So teacher ko. Ice na lang.
Ganun pa yan. Matagal na.
Matagal na.
Kasi matagal ka nang wala. Teacher din siya.
Teacher din ako sa ibang school.
Sino ay? Si Edwin. I'm not a teacher. So,
dito po. I'm not a teacher. I'm an HIV counselor. It's an ako.
Okay.
Boy akin is retired.
Ano po?
Retired na.
Retired.
I'm the oldest.
naluluro eh.
Okay, sila yung mga pillars. So, I'm Paul. I'm also teaching senior high school, St. Jude, sa Malacanang.
I'm Marco. I'm currently working as an office staff sa St. Jude's office.
I'm Rampo. I graduated naman po from Don Bosco Technical College. Pero I'm an Accenture employee na po.
Manda.
Anong batch?
2008 po.
High school. Hindi ka na doon nag-college? Yes. Aljon? RJ.
Ako po si Wesley Hinan. Sa ngayon nag-work ako sa Marina as in coach.
Tapos Sir Ronnie.
Guidance counselor dito.
Okay. So, hot na hot yung topic on the young people because for these 2 years, talagang ang topic ng simbahan kabataan. Last year, 2018, we were preparing for the Synod on Youth at the world level. So, the Universal Church was talking about young people. Tapos sa Pilipinas, nagtutuloy-tuloy po yan with 2019 as Year of the Youth. So, everywhere we go, palaging ang pinag-uusapan kabataan. And as Salesians of Don Bosco, we are very much part of this movement within the church to take care of young people. Pagka, sabi, listening to the youth, marami pong mga documents ngayon ang available about young people at the international level and at the local level. In preparation for the Synod on Youth, last year, March 2018, Pope Francis called for a pre-synodal meeting attended by young people from all over the world. About 300 young people and youth ministers attended that meeting in Rome. And the meeting produced what we call the pre-synodal document. That's downloadable at the Vatican website. The pre-synodal document describes who the young people are today. That's the first document that we have. After that document, meron din pong nilabas yung Rome in preparation for the Synod on Youth, and that is what they call the Instrumentum Laboris or the working paper. The Instrumentum Laboris is a more developed document, more developed than the pre-synodal meeting. Kasi yung pre-synodal meeting, pag binasa nyo po yun, parang nagkikwento lang yung kabataan. Walang masyadong structure, kinikwento lang nila sino sila. The Instrumentum Laboris is a more organized document because ang basis po niyan yung pre-synodal meeting, but also the survey conducted by the church all over the world. So, in the Instrumentum Laboris, we have a more organized description of who the young people are. After this, the Instrumentum Laboris, we had the Synod on Youth last October. It lasted for about 1 month. And the Synod on Youth, attended by the bishops and the young people themselves, together with some experts, produced the final document of the Synod. And about a month ago, the English translation was already released. So you have these 3 documents at the international level, at the world level, talking about who the young people are. Sa Philippines naman po, last summer, the young people gathered together. There was a series of meetings, and the final result or the fruit of those series of meetings was what we call the letter of the Filipino youth. And in that letter, we also have a very beautiful, very concrete description of who young people are. So, yun yung ika-4 na document mo. Downloadable din yan sa internet, sa CBCP, Letter of the Filipino Youth. Yung ika-5 document na gusto ko pong i-share sa inyo, local sa Salesians. Because for the Year of the Youth, we claimed or we embraced as our objective the Salesians in Luzon, the renewal of our youth ministry. And as early as June, we started to listen to our young people. Mahabang proseso po ito ng pakikinig at the local level. Ibig sabihin, bawat parokyang Salesiano, bawat skwelang Salesiano, bawat youth center namin, boarding house, etc. We tried to listen to our young people through focus group discussions, asking them, who are you? What do you want to tell the church? What do you want the church to do for you? Yan. Ang haba po niyan kasi bawat local level, we listen to the young people. And then it was submitted to the province level and we processed the data. After processing the data, we brought it back to the young people and the youth ministers for validation. And they listened to it again. Yung buong proseso ng listening among the Salesians ended just last Monday, yung Sinodo. Yung Sinodo po. Launching namin ang Year of the Youth as Salesians, but it was also the culmination of the listening phase of our journey together. And this afternoon, what I would like to share with you is precisely the fruit of that listening made by the Salesians of Don Bosco to the young people. I think it's a very good paper kasi kahit po ang nakalagay dito, Salesian Youth, when you read through all the documents that I mentioned, they say the same thing. And this says the same thing. Even before we go to the document itself, what I would like to share is that when we talk of young people, because they are men and women, they are always the same regardless of time and place. Na? Thank you for nodding. I see that you agree with me because that's important. Young people are always the same in whatever time or place they are found because they are men and women. Human nature does not change. Ano yung nagbabago? Yung context. That is why we want to listen to the young people because they are influenced by their present context. But their nature does not change. So in this document, you will see how we view the young person as a man and a woman. He has or she has a body, a human nature. That is why that refers to education and culture. The body, the human dimension. But this young person also has a divine dimension, a soul. That is why you will see here an aspect of evangelization and catechesis. Because we need to minister to that dimension. Then you will also see here youth group experience. Because this young person who has a body and a soul, in this stage of his life or her life, is always found in the context of groups. Pagkakabataan, palaging ang major influence niyan, group, barkada, pamilya, kaibigan sa eskwela. So we have youth group experience. And finally, this young person who has body and soul and is found in the context of a group has a calling. God created him or her for a particular purpose. He or she has a mission. That is why there is this vocational dimension as well. And then, we need a community to minister to these young people. So, I'll distribute the papers. Then maybe we could read together and just follow the process later on. So page 2, how are the young people today according to the Sanitian youth? I'll begin and maybe we could read part by part. Page 2, relationship with the church. The Sanitian youth, or even the Filipino youth, sees the opportunity for the church to be able to relate with them professionally. However, they often equate the church in the Philippines to the clergy and consecrated, as they see people in the church depend so much on the person of the priest. In this context, they observe how the church lacks personal knowledge of its members, and the relational aspect of the ministry needs to be addressed. Moreover, the presence of anti-church propaganda and antagonistic attitude towards the church by some sectors bring about confusion among the people.
Relationship with the Salesians. Positively, the Salesians respond proactively to the needs of the young in the way they manage the oratory. Negatively, some parishes where oratories exist lack financial resources for youth programs and activities. The youth point out that some Salesians misunderstand empowerment and use it as an excuse for laziness.
Religiosity is spirituality. While the Salesian youth observe that there is a diminishing sense of religiosity or spirituality in society, they affirm that they are in search for meaning and acceptance. This is the starting point of any spirituality. Among them are those who prefer only personal prayer.
Faith formation. Regarding education in the faith, the Salesian youth look at the church as activities, unrealistic, and too conservative in its teaching.
Maybe just a note on that. This is found in all the documents. Talagang ang tindi po nung pagtingin ng kabataan na parang may pagkamayabang yung simbahan. Yung dating, no, na ano ba? The church is unbending, too rigid in terms of its teachings. Although, on the other hand, young people recognize, at least not all, but majority in the Philippine context, they still recognize that the church has the truth or has wisdom. But they don't want the church to impose it to them. They want the church to be more humble, listening to them, accompanying them. Sige po, tuloy tayo.
Relationship with self. While they are in search of meaning of life, the Salesian youth are dreamers and consider themselves as creative, full of potentials, and can serve as resources of community. Aware of the gift of freedom, they freely express themselves and their convictions. However, some have issues concerning self-esteem, feel misunderstood and unappreciated, lack focus, and get easily disinterested. The Salesian youth also point out that some of them are sensitive to criticisms and stereotyping, not consistent in their commitments, impulsive, and lack critical thinking. Some of the Salesian youth tend to be materialistic and feel that they are labeled and stereotyped as millennials who do what they like.
Mental health. The Salesian youth themselves observe that there is a growing number of young people who are experiencing mental health concerns.
Education. The Salesian youth value education as their right and an essential part of their life.
Youth fear relationship, friendship with others, peer pressure. When it comes to love and relationship, the Salesian youth note that some are superficial. Peer pressure for the youth is among the external factors that influence their behavior at times negatively, to which some of them are vulnerable.
Society youth in general. The Salesian youth recognize that the young people make up a big portion of the big deal. The Salesian, they are waiting to be tapped as a resource in society. In fact, they want that society accept them and get them to be actively involved. The Salesian youth recognize that their pursuit of their dreams and careers, they benefit from the support of society. However, in some society they are exposed to worldly values and plurality of option. With the same society, the Salesian youth note that young people are exposed to the negative effects of global and local issues such as the culture of death.
This is something very interesting. In all the documents also, young people see themselves as full of potentials. They recognize na ang dami nilang pwedeng share. They also recognize as their strength, their number. At the local level, in the Philippines, and even at the international level, they feel that because they comprise a big portion of the population, they are a resource waiting to be tapped. But they feel society and the church do not tap them. Parang dami nilang potential, pero hindi sila natatap ng simbahan at ng lipunan. Or kung natatap man, feeling nila mayroon pa silang mas maibibigay sa simbahan at lipunan. And they also recognize that they are somewhat vulnerable and exposed to threats like the prevailing plurality of options in the society. Ang dami nilang pwedeng pagpilian. Parang hindi na nila tuloy alam kung alin yung pipiliin nila. Hindi na nila alam ano yung tamang pipiliin nila. They are exposed to global and local issues such as the culture of death. That means abortion, yung wrong notion of sexuality, contraception, killings, etc. So this is a very insightful comment from them. We could continue.
Government officials, agencies, and those in authority. The Salesian youth are positive about the many available opportunities and support programs for the youth that are coming from government agencies, NGOs, and civil society groups. They also recognize that opportunities for collaboration and networking that society offers them.
Youth peer ministry. Regarding youth-to-youth ministry, the Salesian youth affirm that they themselves attract their peers to God and to the church.
Church youth accompaniment. Among the Salesian youth vocation, both as concept and experience has not been mentioned. However, they note that they are willing to be accompanied towards personal growth and development by a church that is Christ-centered. For the Salesians and adults, the young people recognize that the church patiently forms and accompanies the young in their search for meaning and praise for them. However, the young people do not feel that they are listened to. They feel strongly that the church is an absolutist. On a negative tone, they also point out that some of them are unable to find persons in the church who can guide them.
Again, in this section, yung rigidity of the church comes out. They feel strongly that the church is absolutist, meaning parang unbending in terms of its teaching. I think this is a very, very strong comment from the young people that we need to pay attention to. Yung parang may dating yung simbahan na hindi nakikinig. Young people don't feel the need that the church is listening to them, although they recognize that they need the church to accompany them. And in this process that we did with the young people, parang when we started to consciously listen to young people, they feel overwhelmed and thrilled that priests and religious brothers were taking time to pay attention to them, to really listen to them. Such that when we were doing this process of listening, alam nyo po, maraming mga kabataan umiiyak. Umiiyak talaga sila. Kasi hindi nila ma-imagine yung pare would waste time to listen to them. Ang iba yung dating sa kanila. We were doing this since June until last February 25. And in the many, almost countless discussion groups that we had like this, ang daming kabataan yung umiyak kasi hindi nila ma-imagine na yung pare would take time to sit down in a setting like this to really listen to them. Hindi po kasi kami yung nagsasalita talaga eh. We were instructed to facilitate, to just sit down and draw out from them. And young people were grateful. So I think in this year of the youth, a very important step that we need to do really is just to listen to the young people. Kasi marami sa kanila po nagagalit na sa simbahan. Nagagalit kasi may impression sila na hindi nakikinig yung simbahan. At dahil hindi nakikinig yung simbahan, mayabang yung simbahan. We could continue. Now, the last items are dominant youth concerns. That means these themes were always present in the discussion groups that we had. And I could say that also in all the documents that I mentioned, at the international level and at the national level, these themes were also very much present. Continue.
Social media, church, and society. Not only are the Salesian youth too aware of the social media, they recognize that they have access and are well-versed in social media and in the use of technology. Social media has become part of their daily life. Yet this easy access to social media is open to abuse and misuse, as the Salesian youth also admit. Young people are unable to manage their use of social media and technology. Some of them are impressionable and susceptible to negative peer pressure arising from it. Social media adversely influence the quality of their relationships. On a positive plane, the social media open new possibilities for education, evangelization, catechesis, prayer, and information dissemination. And some young people maximize social media for these activities.
Madaming pwede pong sabihin dito, no? Maybe one by one I'll see something because these are the dominant themes. Number one, talagang yung kabataan ngayon, mayaman o mahirap, nasa city or nasa barrio, talagang may access sa social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Dati parang ang impression natin, sa city lang po ito. Pero nung ginawa namin tong survey na to, kahit yung mga nasa barrio, yung mga liblib na lugar sa Legazpi, talagang social media pa rin. May access sila at concern nila ito. And then, this easy access to social media is open to abuse and misuse. Yung addiction sa games, addiction sa Facebook, addiction sa pornography, very real po itong concern nito sa kanila. Yung pornography, nandyan yan. Tapos, fake news, nandyan din yung fake news sa kanila. But they also accept that the social media opens new possibilities for many good things like education, evangelization and catechesis, prayer, and information dissemination. So social media has adverse and positive effects on the young people. We could continue.
Family, church, and society. Family is still a significant institution in the life of the Salesian youth. They value family as a source of happiness, healthy and meaningful relationships. On the other hand, the Salesian youth also know that some of their leaders come from dysfunctional families. Dysfunctional families prevent the transmission of values and proper guidance to children. They weaken the values and hamper the growth of the youth. Young people are affected emotionally and psychologically by the lack of deep and supportive relationships experienced in functional families. On a positive note, there is a growing trend in the Salesian settings of the involvement of families in the ministry.
Again, in all the documents, lumalabas po yun. Good note to na yung mga kabataan natin, they still value the family. Yung letter ng Filipino youth, yung CBCP letter, ang ganda po ng discussion nila about the family. Mas mahaba yung, if you want to read how young people think about the family, go to the CBCP letter. they still value the family and they recognize how important the family is in their formation as a person. But they also recognize the threats to the Filipino family and to the family in general at the world level. Among us Salesians, ito, medyo siguro proud kami dito na we are committed now to do family ministry because we recognize there can't be any real youth ministry without family ministry. Let's continue.
Participation and empowerment of the youth in church and society. Young people are not only the future and hope, they are present, hence, if in society and in the church. Empowered to be agents of change in society, they want to participate actively in building the church and country. According to the Salesian Youth, however, there is a big number of young people who are not yet involved in the church. There are some who tend not to be concerned about important events and issues in society. There is also the possibility for collaboration and partnership with groups outside the church. There is a rise of Christian denominations that Salesian youth observe have more interesting and welcoming activities for the young.
Concern po ito ng mga kabataan namin. Sabi nila, ang dami-dami po mga Christian groups na lumalabas. Victory, mga ganyan. CCF. Tapos parang sabi nila, mas active o attractive yung ginagawa ng mga Christian groups kaysa sa Catholic groups. Yung lament nila, alam nila may potential sila to make Catholic youth ministry more appealing to their fellow youth. Kaso hindi sila natatak. Parang kung bibigyan sila ng opportunity to be involved, yung youth minister na mag-guide sa kanila, alam nila, kaya nilang, kumbaga, tapatan yung mga Protestant groups na yan. Pero they are not tapped. They are not given opportunities. And they are not given guides to help them discover their potentials. Parang ganun po yung dating nito. Last item.
Valuable role models in church and society. Being young, the Salesian youth admit that they seek role models, and there are in the society role models of authenticity and integrity who are willing to help them. On the other hand, they also know that role models that they can trust are also lacking. They also feel disappointed from government officials whom they expect to be role models.
Malakas po ito sa lahat pa rin ng documents. Young people want to see credible role models. More than teachers, they want witnesses. Unfortunately, both in the church and in society, they are disappointed with the leaders that we have. Sa government, alam naman natin, daming problema. Hindi na nga po ako nagpapasa ng dyaryo. Hindi na rin ako nanonood ng balita kasi parang nakaka-disappoint talaga eh. But even in the church, with the expose of the scandals, they are very much disappointed. So we need role models in church and society. I have also this document about the themes emerging from the Synod of Bishops on Youth. I'd like to share with you some of the anthropological and cultural challenges. Ano ba yung mga themes na parang hot na hot sa international level? Number 1, about the body, about affectivity and sexuality. That's number 1. So, Very pressing yung issue about the body, care for the body. And then affectivity, that means relationships and sexuality. Number 2, acquiring new paradigms and search for truth. Young people are searching for truth. Number 3, anthropological effects of the digital world. How the internet and social media is affecting human reality. Number 4, disaffection with institutions and new forms of participation. As I said, you realize how the very local Sanitian survey is very much aligned with the global synodal concerns. And then, ilan na ba to? Number 5 na ba? 4.
Tapos fifth, number 10.
Fifth, a decision-making paralysis in an over-proliferation of proposals. Ang daming mga proposal, di na makapili yung mga kabataan. And in the survey of the Salesians, yung plurality of options. They are saying the same things. And then, the issue on secularization, also mentioned in the survey of the Salesians. In the CBCP letter, we are called to pay attention to the 3 L's, the least, the lost, and the last. In the synodal document, who are these least, lost, and the last? Number 1, those who are, this is from the Instrumentum Laboris. Instrumentum Laboris 41 to 50, and then 166 to 171. But in the final document, these numbers, migrants, numbers 25 to 28, and number 147. The abused young people, numbers 29 to 31. The vulnerable young people, and there are several forms of vulnerability, numbers 40 to 44. Then, the wounded young people, number 67. Yung mga numbers na yan po ay from the final document. So, this is the profile of the young people today according to the church documents. May I ask you to go to page 11. Tapos, andyan, yung feeling level. What do you feel about the profile of the young people that was presented? May mga emoticons po siya. Kung ano yung feeling nyo, checkan nyo, tapos sharing naman tayo. Kasi you will also enrich us with your sharing. So you can choose one, dominant, or could choose several. Then we will tally. If you don't have any emoticon, pwede pong mag-invento sa dulo. Yan. Kaya blank yan. Smile. Relax. Open mouth. Siguro yun. Shock. Confused. Merong weary. Unamused. Siguro kung di po kayo satisfied. Merong heart eyes. Slightly smile face. Astonished. Ito mga medyo negative. Worried. Pensive. Fearful. And enjoy or angry. Check nyo lang siguro kung ano dyan.
Okay lang more than one father.
Pwedeng more than one.
Bilang lang? Tatlo?
Worry,
Kahit more than...
pensive,
Kahit basta more than one ba?
Pwedeng one or more than one. Tapos itatali natin ang feeling.
fearful,
Ako na lang magtatali.
pensive, worry,
Ang pensive eh, ano dito?
astonished.
Ano ba yung pensive? Yung Harry Potter yun eh.
Pensive.
Pensive yung pang...
Hindi. Pensive yung feel, pero kinakabahan
Ano
ako.
astonished?
Oo, napapaisip.
Parang
Pero,
sensitive.
Harry Potter. Stomach niya pensive.
Astonished.
Parang sa test parang...
Nagulat ka.
Ayun.
Confused. Weary.
It's open my board.
Open mouth. Alam mo may papasok.
Talaga na?
Pag open mouth, di ba? Hindi papasok.
Pagkulok.
Visible.
Pahigit mo. Angry.
Open my
Hindi ka
board.
astonished. Pero hindi na malapit.
Flabbergasted.
Smile. Flabbergasted. Gagawa ka na sa iyo mo.
Z yung mat. Ay, hindi. Pag Z pala tulog.
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Okay na.
Hindi, parang ano. Sige. Ayun na lang. Concern. Alam mo, gagawin natin ang sarili icon.
Nahirapan si Kuya Lee.
Concern.
Bagong icon.
Parang words yun.
Oo, pakiramdam nyo tungkol sa
Nahirapan din si Kuya.
kabataan.
Concern.
Lahat sineka. Uy, tama na yan.
Seryoso si Kuya Lito.
Seryoso.
Okay.
Sige, sige.
Ako magtatali.
Si Father na daw.
Ay, ikaw na ba?
Kasi ako,
Sige.
Ano, smile tsaka pensive. Ay? Kasi gusto ko, smile tsaka pensive.
pensive. Bakit?
May, mamaya na lang siguro.
Share.
Ano
Share
ba?
na.
Okay. Kasi ano, smile kasi tuwa ako na may ganito pala. For me, very scientific yung approach na may FGD, may tally, di ba? Parang end of research, di ba Kuya Paul? Yung gano'n, may FGD. So medyo pensive ako dun sa sagot ng masyadong, ano, yung parang, yung sagot ng kabataan na narinig ko na. Although tama nga naman na it can be, ano, na masyadong rigid minsan in church, pero nag-worry lang ako. So ano ba yung expectation nila dahil nasabi nila na rigid? Are they expecting to change? But I think kasi parang yung naiisip ko ditong rigidity, parang from doctrine. So parang are they expecting doctrine to change? Parang which is impossible, di ba? So medyo nag-worry ako na what if na ganito na nga tayo. Pero what if hindi ma-met yung expectation nila na mag-ganon? So kaya pensive for me. Smile kasi, smile. So yun lang.
Ako open mouth. Nga. In other words. I mean, so parang... Yes. Wow. Parang wow. I guess it's parang very, parang ano? Marami siya masyado, yung gano'n. So, parang ang dami mong kailangan i-process, ang dami mo na kailangan gawin. Parang gano'n, to respond.
Actually, napatulog ko kay Edwin, paano? all the things that I've heard, I think
Kaya sa sariling right.
yeah, the feeling I had is concern.
Concern.
Walang concern.
Yeah,
Oo,
my
siya sa iyo.
concern is, one is, very, very legitimate yung, this is the first time that I heard that church is really listening to the youth.
Oo. Very good.
This is the first time coming from priests. And they like it. The way you told us na umiyak pa sila. Because, siguro ang concern ko lang is, I'm not saying that the stand of the church should change. It's more of, how could the church change its approach? Kasi, like the word absenteeism, and that's part of the church history already. But now, what I could see is, how could the church now, by starting listening to these people, the youth especially, to have a different kind of approach? Because the youth now is being very empowered to really speak, this is my right, this is my everything. So, it could only end up with this dispute, war, and everything. If I think that the church will. That's why I would like to ask you, Father, if the old priest is also with you here.
Yes.
Because sorry for most of my experience with old priests is really. Sorry, that's my experience with old priests. With whatever.
Noong mga small group discussion, hindi po sila kasama.
Nakakaano sila.
Dumandalan.
So, mahaba naman, nung simula, hindi sila kasama. Nung una silang nakasama, nung na-gather na po namin yung data. Tapos alam nyo, nung present namin sa kanila to, hindi sila maniwala, ayaw nilang maniwala na ganito. Kaya talagang, sabi ng mga matatandang pare, no, that's not true. We're listening. Ganyan, no? Pero ayaw na nilang makinig, no? Kasi nga, kinukwenta na nila to. Ngayon talaga pong ganun. So we said, we will have to continue the process of listening. We presented this to them last November 10.
Wow.
So from November 10 up to February, in-involve na po namin yung mga matatandang pare
Umupo
sa
na po
pakikinig. Naupo na sila kasama ng mga kabataan. We sort of forced them to listen.
How did you react po sa mga narinig?
Yun, flabbergasted.
Si Lloyd. Di ba ba yan?
Si Paul.
Pero yun naman po yung nangyari. Yun yung naging development. We forced the elderly Salesians to sit with the youth and listen directly.
Kasama ba si Father?
Your father. Because that's my
Yung
concern.
pinag-uumpisalan ng mga church members.
Wala na patay na yun. Si Father,
How could we have this, the youth and the old could really like a common bond or commonality to at least listen, and also they could listen to the old people, to the old priest, and also the old priest could also listen to what is nasabi na marami silang energy, marami silang opportunity na hindi nabibigay sa kanila. I think that's
Maganda yung sinasabi nyo kasi tama yan eh. Naranasan po namin yan. Yung mga bata, hindi lang sila thrilled na pinapakinggan sila. In the process, kasi when they were parang nasalamin, no, with the data, nasalamin nila yung sarili nila. Nung nakita nila yung sarili nila, from themselves, they recognized the need for guidance. Sila yung nagsabi na, we need you to guide us. So dahil pinakinggan sila at nakita nila, parang narinig nila yung sarili nila, nakita nila kung sino sila, they realized the need for guidance. And they themselves told us, please, Salesians, we need you to walk with us. We need your guidance. Kaya ang ganda ng proseso na nangyayari. Hindi pa po kami tapos. Kasi itong buong proseso na ito hanggang November 2019, we will be journeying with the young people all throughout the year of the youth.
So I hope the youth will also have the will to be guided by this guide. I think it's my
Yes. Pagka sinamahan po sila, in a non-threatening way,
That I think is
they would want to be guided.
akalin or there's a Filipino word na
Makikilakbay.
EIL.
Kalakbay.
Kalakbay.
Ang value ko. Adoy.
I think for me naman is confused kasi because of the false news that they get. And then amongst themselves, I've noticed, I don't have any association with the youth, pero I've noticed that pagka kumakain ako sa like McDonald's, they seem to be gathering together with their peers. So at least, I think meron silang sarili ng knowledge and idea. They have their own culture. But outside of that, pag bumabalikan sila sa bahay nila, it's a different thing. Kasi ang parents din, I've noticed, have no control. Kasi nga, because of their knowledge with technology. And the parents, or probably in my generation, wala masyadong interest sa technology. So nagkakaroon ng rift. So I guess, hindi nila alam kung are they going to be alone in the journey or with the parents. At the same time, kasi the parents are like the then symbol of the Catholic Church. Because kung walang parenting, wala rin makukuha sila ng parenting sa Catholic Church. So they're really confused kasi they don't know kung sino pag-iilan nila. That's my take on that. Kaya nga, I feel kind of very empathetic sa kanila kasi because of the lumalaking gap. Kaya nga, it's also easy for us to say, oh, millennial yan kasi ito. Because we've been there, we've done that. Kasi many times na nung we were young, iba rin ang mga decisions namin. However, I think stereotyping them as millennials, para bang they're on their own. So, they don't know who to follow. Kasi wala nang guidance from an authority, siguro, especially with their families. I'm referring to the parents. So, that's my concern. Kaya I think they're confused at this point. They need guidance.
Ako, I'm relaxed. So,
Relax.
So I've been working with the joke lang. So I've been teaching, I've been teaching past 8 years. So in one of my first learned entries, naano ko talaga yung what is your pinaka-unang kwento, what is your relationship with God? I do get mixed for example, they feel na indifferent. There are those naman na nandun pa rin yung I know that God loves me even though I feel bad. Pero meron, ang naano ko talaga is siguro out of 100, there will probably be less than 5 na meron talagang antagonistic feeling. Some, I think, struggle. Medyo struggle kasi hindi nila maintindihan, hindi nila ma-appreciate na grabe yung mass. In St. Jude, we have Saturday masses. It's anticipated. So at the end of our towards the end of our period, yung last period, every Saturday, we have anticipated masses. And the reason why we're doing that, or the history behind that, is because kasi may class kami na Saturday. So Thursday wala kami class, Saturday meron. We're doing that is because yun yung time ng bata talaga na magsimba. But once they go home on Sunday, they don't go anywhere. They just siguro with their family. Usually mga Chinese store, usually they're sa mga business nila. Okay, so hindi sila nakakapagsimba. So nakakapagsimba lang talaga sila pag kunyari during Saturday. So basically what you discuss, wala naman talagang bago for me working with them. So I'm not really shocked, I'm not confused or weary. And you were mentioning a while ago na talagang wala naman talagang pinagbago. I remember when I'm also reflecting during my high school, ganito din naman, nag-iba lang talaga yung technology. Siguro dati, ngayon nag-chat, they have messenger, dati meron tayo, wala pang cellphone, pero nagka-telebaban, okay, tapos nandiyan yung TV. So para talagang iba lang yung yung mga technology, pero wala naman talagang same. Usually the young people would hate anybody who would impose their authority over them, would not allow them to question. Okay, so what sa akin walang there's nothing shocking about the report. I'm glad that you mentioned na there's a need, they're looking for role models. In schools you have mga campus minister. The problem with that type of with that type of setting, where the problem with having a campus minister is they get bogged down by administrative work. Hindi sa akin, I have sa mga grade 12 namin, we have 3 days retreat. I'm really hoping and really pushing yung campus minister na dapat nandun siya 3 days. The problem is, pumunta lang siya pag merong confession, which sa akin, hindi dapat all other mga meetings dapat wala yan eh. Kasi ang goal, ang natin, mag-open up sa mga bata, yung mga bata maging close sa'yo. So, yun ang masyado tayong too much bogged down by all types of administrative work. Go back to what's really essential. And bakit when may campus minister, it's actually for the youth to be able to, at least, yun, kasi nandun nga yung wall eh. Nakikita lang nila, mga pare, admin. Kailan nandiyan yung mga pare? Pag kunyari may opening ng ng exhibit, may opening ng yun lang, that's it. So, very important sa amin, very important talaga sa amin preschool presence. And when they, and you're hoping that in times na sana, konti na, in times na meron silang opportunity to be with the youth, for example, in the masses and their homily, sana mo maganda-ganda naman yung homily nila, which hindi nangyayari. Okay? Usually, yung mga magaling na talaga, yung mga bata kasi animated, pero the old things you were mentioning, parang wala lang, basta lang meron ng homily, that's it. So, yun yung basically what are my thoughts. Thank you.
Ako naman yung aking emoticon is I feel worried and I feel texting. I was also part of a youth ministry when I was way back in college, in a parish. Then, I tried to look at the profile now. It seems like nostalgic, but it's like still the same. So, parang all throughout the years, still same problem of the youth. So, merong hindi na-address. Then also, I try to reflect for the generation of our lolos or our parents. It's a very restrictive society, very imposing, very may curfew, may yung bawal manood ng TV while having dinner or while eating lunch, yung mga very disciplinary actions. So, then, right now, it's the other extreme, very lenient. So, para tumahimik yung bata, bibigyan na lang ng gadget. Na kahit kumakain, katabi nila yung gadget. Though, parang naisip ko tuloy, yun nga, they ask for guidance. So, maybe even our grandparents or even our parents, way back then, okay lang sa kanila ma-impose ng strict rules, but explain what's the sense of the strict rules. Right now, we do not impose anymore the strict rules. So, atamas pa rin yung bata. So, yun yung what I feel pensive about the Vancouver, diba? Parang, I'm already 30 years old and I was like, what age was I when I college? So, for how many years, still the same concern, nalileft out on me. They're at a loss.
Ako naman po, slightly smile regarding sexuality, body, and affectivity. Agree ako. So, parang youth pa naman ako. And syempre yung mga kapatid ko youth din. And tayo dito youth. So, relate ko lang po sa amin na, for example, kami na exposed sa, lalo pa yung mas mga bata ngayon, exposed sa pornography, sa availability ng pornography. And kapag na-experience mo kasi yun, nandun na yung stamp ng feeling na kumbaga pleasurable siya. So how do you connect that with the other aspects of your experiences na? So, lately ko lang nakuha, thank God, sa Theology of the Body ni St. John Paul II, saka ni Christopher West, yung, by the way, na in-explain niya yun, is, yun nga, so na-realize ko na yung Manichaeanism. So, parang magandang...
Sorry, what's that?
Manichaeism.
Manichaeism.
Maniki. Oh.
Tingin ko po, maintindihan na ng mga bata and very useful. Siguro inisip, kasi ako parang ngayon ko lang na-realize yung teaching na yun. Ngayon ko lang po na-appreciate and parang feeling ko gusto ko i-challenge yung mga kabataan na ma-realize yun, na their body is good, na sex is good, and kahit anong parang rift na napipil nila sa religiosity, sa affectivity and sexuality, ma-address mo tinuturo mo ng teaching.
Teaching against, just to clarify.
Teaching against Manichaeism. And yung beauty ng truth.
Sa akin po dalawa eh. Yung dalawang emoticon ko is heart eyes and worry. Una, explain ko yung heart eyes. Sa lugar namin po, mas maraming kabataan sa lugar namin na encourage na maging sumama sa mga activities sa community groups. Dahil po kasi meron pong isang kagawad sa lugar namin na active sa community group sa pastors namin. Ito po yung prex tawagin. Yes. In-encourage yung mga kabataan na maging sorry hour, ni-invite niya. Pangalawa, every day at 6 p.m. Ni-invite yung mga kabataan na mag-recite sa barangay namin na mag-rosary. Para sa akin, malaking chance na yun para yung mga kabataan na hindi active sa simbahan, na kapag hindi naniniwala about sa parang nililibago sila. At least ma-engaging din nila. Tapos natutuwa din ako dahil sa part namin na sa other group ko sa Singer for Christ every Saturday. Ini-invite din namin yung mga kabataan na mahirap matuto sa klase. Ni-encourage din namin about sa pagtuturo namin about sa Gusto of God. Kasi malaking bagay din po na meron malaking bagay din po na meron sa isang community, sa isang barangay na merong active sa community groups na sa kagawad. Siya din po na nagiging good example sa community namin. Lalo sa mga kabataan na for every activity, every month, may ginagawa silang mga activities sa simbahan. Nang-worried lang po ako kasi dahil may ibang kabataan na alam mo yun na hindi pa rin sumasama, hindi parang ayaw nila, parang pinipigilan sila ng magulang nila or mas gusto nila yung mga Mobile Legend or may part din na may part din na gusto nila yung pag-inuman lang sa mga barkada nila, gaya ng basketball. Kaya yung kagawad namin by summer, naggagawa siya ng activity sa banding or as in basketball league para po ma-encourage sila. Ilan po?
Sa akin po yung tatlo, astonished, worried, saka yung wala dito, hopeful. Ganun kami yung pag-asa. Oo, pag-asa pa. Ituhog ko na lang lahat. Astonished, worried, and hopeful. Kasi, I was listening to us, reading yung results nung FGDs ko. Parang binalikan ko yung ministry sa Courage and how paano ko ba pinapresent yung teaching on homosexuality sa iba-ibang mga youth groups that I have been with since 2007. And parang sabi ko, parang talagang tinamaan ako dun sa absolutism na sinasabi. Kasi parang I began the ministry of courage na parang, kasi I've never been taught na meron palang ganung teaching yung simbahan. So nung nakuha ko siya, para I was so eager to share it with others. So parang ito yung turo ng simbahan and so forth. Without knowing that the young people are really literally repelling from it, na parang hindi ko gusto yang marinig, parang ganon. And I saw that in my beginning of the ministry na parang talagang nagwo-walk out yung mga kabataan sa akin. Ganong level. Pinapakita ko yung video, yung video pa naman pinapakita ko yung mga ano nangyayari sa Amerika, yung mga nag-gay pride parade and so forth. So parang ano ko gusto na ba mangyari dito yan sa atin. So parang yung I think yung takot factor doesn't work for them already eh. Parang ganun. So when I change it to yung theology of the body na natin, somehow mas naging receptive sila, pero I think parang may resistance pa rin. Kasi there's still that factor na parang they still feel that they're being imposed. Na parang ito yung tinuturo. I recall yung sa Gen Fest natin, Edwin, di ba? Na parang, and yung Gen Fest kasi parang, it's parang World Youth Day, pero walang non-denominational. Popularity. So, and there we encountered LGBT youth talaga, who were literally crying to us also, na parang hindi nyo kami pinakinggan, hindi that allow us to speak out our side of the story. So parang ganun. And I felt their pain as they were saying it to me, na parang, parang maybe it's about time for me to stop talking and start listening. Parang ganun. Na parang, ewan ko lang kung visible yun, na parang invite kang speaker, pero instead na mag-talk ka, parang panel discussion na kaagad. Ano ba yung mga tanong nyo? Parang, and try to get it from them rather than just feed them kung ano talaga yung sinasabi ng simbahan. It's a more, parang siguro, ang hirap kasi, ang worry ko doon siguro is parang, ang hirap niyang proseso kasi matagal na proseso na mapakinggan muna sila bago mo mag-engage sa kanila. Parang hindi siya automatic na when you listen, parang ibabato mo kagad sa kanila. Ito yun, parang ganon. Pero really to painstakingly, yun nga now although, sabi nga, at first I was enemies with the Jesuits. Pero kaya parang I'm trying to understand, there are certain portions of their teachings that parang make sense, na parang you go down to where they are muna, and kung nandun, knowing that I'm now in UP, parang I've encountered counselees who have relationships, as in LGBT relationships talaga, and I cannot just impose to them na ito yan. And then I just, parang journey ko lang sa kanila na parang, sige, parang even to the point na parang minsan may couple counseling pa ako na silang dalawa. Kasi nandun sila sa point na yon na I cannot just tell them na parang mali yung ginagawa niyo and so forth. But because I start to parang journey with them in that sort, na parang kahit na couple sila, parang inintindi ko sila, trying to fix them, quote-unquote, nung kahit pa bang magkayos. They start to open up themselves more to me, parang ganon. Pero parang kung ako yung nasa old self ko, parang fast forward ko na sila, and siguro kung fast forward ko sila to where I want them to be, baka wala na sila. Baka hindi na sila bumalik sa akin. So it's more the lessons of this FGDs is more for me as an educator, as a counselor, na parang paano ko yung sinasabi na paano ko babaguhin yung paraan ng pakikipag-usap sa kabataan, na hindi ko sila pepersahin na kasi I'm 42. It took me a lot of years for me to get to this place, and I'm still not there. Why would I expect them to go where I am right now? So parang, kaya nga, kahit dito sa Caris, di ba, parang, kung gusto mong jowa, sige, jowa ka, di ba? Parang we don't really force people to go where we are right now. Kasi kahit naman tayo, kahit ako mismo, may nilalakaran pa rin hanggang ngayon. And parang, yun nga, parang it's more of a mea culpa for me, na parang, sorry, na parang inimpose ko sa inyo yung natutunan ko. Pero I didn't learn this, no, na ganun-ganun lang. It took me 42 years and still ongoing. So parang I'm sorry na impose ko yun sa kanila. So, yun.
Thank you. Yun, parang una, thank you for being open. Yung sinabi na mea culpa, yan talaga yata yung kailangan natin lahat as church to recognize na meron tayong pagkakamali in how we relate with young people. At kami mga Salesiano, yan talaga rin yung objective namin ng Year of the Youth. Kaya po, very important for us yung pastoral conversion. Because we want to recognize na even if we were doing a lot of good things for young people, mayroon pa rin malaking pagkukulang sa amin. Tapos totoo din po yung matagal. Can you imagine, we started March 2018, no? First meeting namin, June. So maaga talaga kami kung tutuusin sa Salesians. Pero dahil we decided to take this kind of journey, nakapag-launch lang kami ng Year of the Youth last week. Whereas all the other dioceses were launching the Year of the Youth as early as November. Kaya sabi namin, we resisted that, ha? Sabi namin, huwag tayong ma-pressure. Kasi mas mahalaga yung proseso. So kahit matagal to, solid naman yung ginagawa nating journey. Yung sinabi din po na yung mga problema ng kabataan, no, parang hindi nagbabago. Baka po talagang hindi magbabago kasi when we presented this to a panel of experts in the field of social sciences, anthropology, sociology, psychology, natuwa sila. Ang unang comment nila, talagang totoo yan, Father, kasi developmental tasks ng kabataan yan. So at this point in their life's journey, ito talaga ang mga issue nila. Kaya yung mga issues na yan, ang inaasahan namin lalabas. At yun na ang lumabas sa survey nyo. Hindi po magbabago yung doctrine. And doctrine will not change and should not change. What should change? Our pastoral approach. Instead of imposing, dominating, we should walk with the young people. Journey with them. Be patient with them. At pagka nakikilakbay tayo, lalabas yung mga problema nila, we could help them habang nakikilakbay sa kanila. Si Pope Francis, yung image na ginagamit niya, yung simbahan parang nanay. Bawa, yung anak, nagkamali, naglayas, dahil may problema talaga. Pag bumalik na sa bahay, yung nanay, hindi agad mangangaral. Sabi, ikaw kasi, mali. Yung nanay, tatanggapin muna. Welcome. Alagaan, tanong kumusta ka na? Kumain ka na ba? May sugat ka ba? May sakit ka ba? So, tatanggapin muna. But after accepting, that's the time, yung nanay, hindi naman papayag na may mali dun sa anak niya, hayaan lang niya. After accepting, that would be the time to guide and even correct. But the first step is accept. So maybe that's the call for the church, to be more accepting. And when we have accepted, that's the time to teach and even correct. Tinawag po yung Synod on Youth, hindi lang para malaman sino ba yung kabataan, pero para malaman anong uri ng simbahan dapat magkaroon tayo para sa kabataan na yun. At ang lumabas, a synodal church. A church that walks with young people. A church that journeys with young people, being present to them, first of all. in order to guide them and discern with them. So that's it. I don't know if before we end you have some questions.
So in the FGDs, how prevalent is yung pornography? I mean, just a rough percentage. Okay. How often did it appear, and then if it appeared, I mean, what sort of percentage of the respondents aired that?
Wala naman pong percentage, pero talagang lumalabas. Palagi
Predominant.
lumalabas.
Majority.
Tapos I could also speak as a priest, no, hearing confession. Talagang predominant yan. As early as pinakabata, grade 2. Grade 2. Exposed.
Wala pang respect. Sa katawan, wala pang ano yung
May DIY na.
Hindi po. Yung madalas, yung as early as grade 2, dahil ginamit nila yung laptop, PC, o gadget ng tatay
Kuya,
nila.
o.
Ay, naku, same lang din. Diba pag tatay din, diba pag inano yung ano, mga...
Ako, Betamax ang dati.
Oo.
Tapos dahil ko. O nga, no, ganyan.
Yung second,
Iba lang.
parang walang lumabas na yung articulation of their vocation, yung sense of vocation.
Sa FGDs po namin,
Oo.
walang lumabas.
Wala. So, I mean,
Yun, nakalagay yun eh. Nandito yun.
yun na nga. So, kasi yun yung, I think that was what was new in the Synod on Youth, di ba? So, the church recognizes naman yung energy, yung potential. But parang, deliberately, yung Synod on Youth ngayon added that vocation dimension. So, parang, gusto talaga ng simbahan to channel that energy. But it didn't appear. So, at least sa document, walang articulation of that sense of vocation. Tama? So, hindi yung swim.
Wala. Mahalaga yung sense of vocation eh, kasi parang yung mga kabataan yun, meaningless na yung buhay nila.
Yeah.
Kaya pag alam nila na may vocation sila, may purpose.
So I think it's connected with that, yung plurality of options, yung hindi sila makakommit.
Hindi na alam
So,
kung gagawin.
wala. Parang, ang dami eh. So,
Dami.
ayoko mag-commit to one. So, kaya walang articulation of vocation.
At napapagod na rin sila sa dami ng choices na ginagawa nila.
Ay, hindi. May ano. Pag Pilchay yata, iba.
Meron sila.
Clear cut. Ano po clear cut yung ano nila. Parang isang ano na nga.
Sa Chinese school,
Oo, Philippine Chinese.
Traditional sila.
Traditional sila. Ano talaga, first, pag grade 12, yung 4 universities, yun lang.
yun lang.
Yeah.
So kung wala ka doon,
Hindi,
wallets ka. Chance.
ayun ako, kung wala ka dun, hindi ka kasali. Hindi, parang out. Bakit wala ka? Hindi ka nakapasa kahit
Ang
lasal.
bobo mo, chance.
Yes.
Kahit lasal.
Yes. Kahit lasal or UST. Kasi, ano nila bumili sa Ateneo. O Ateneo, ano nila. Ang UP is, mga 10 or 15% kasi hindi sila magaling sa Pilipino. So, ang ano nila, pag hindi sila nakapasa ng Ateneo, it's the salary UST.
Other question.
Yes.
Sabi niyo po kanina, yung youth ay, lahat ng youth ay pare-pareho. So, kumbaga, hindi ko po yung youth before, ang youth ngayon.
In terms of the nature of the youth.
Yes, yung context lang po yung nagkaiba. So, may na-discuss po bang nature of, man and woman nature?
As I said, yung young person, yung very basic anthropology, the young person has a body, and that body, of course, is good. Although yung body na yun, hindi dapat siyang ipamper too much kasi we need to discipline the body also. And then, he has a soul. So there's this noble, immortal component in him or her. And that spiritual dimension also has to be developed. Then, this person with body and soul is found in the context of groups. And then has a particular vocation, meaning he or she was created by God in order for him or her to fulfill a particular mission in life. That's the basic nature. Idadagdag na natin dyan, as an added Christian dimension would be this person committed sin but is redeemed by God. This is the nature that is unchanging for all young people in all times and all places. Yung binasa natin ngayon at yung maraming mga description pa ay
Current
context. Kaya nga po, yung siguro baka relevant sa inyo doon, kung you'd be interested. Sa final doc, sa instrumentum laboris, lumabas yung LGBT. Lumabas. You could search that. Pero nung final document na po ng synod, that was erased. And the argument was, we should not put that kind of label in a church document because the church document is perennial.
forever.
LGBT is a label. That is, label lang siya of this generation to describe a particular reality now. But that is not perennial. So we're very happy din na yung wisdom of the Synod Fathers, they deleted that. Not because they disrespected the LGBT, they recognized that concern. But they said, this is a label. LGBT does not speak about human nature.
Ano po yung next step? So sabi niyo po kami na working documentation. So ano po yung balak mong gawin ng Salisha sa Aquiles ngayong March na 2019? So ano po yung next step?
So ang next step po namin ay gagawa kami ng, based on this, youth ministry model. What kind of youth ministry should we have for today? Kung sa Synod,
or revising the old youth ministry.
meron po kami at the international level, we want to contextualize that sa Philippines. So kung sa Synod on Youth, after the many surveys, ang sinagot nila what kind of church for today, kami naman what kind of Salesian youth ministry for today. That's the next step. And after that, hanggang mga May po yan. So from February to May. Then after that, May to November, we will have our planning. Youth ministry program of activities. Hanggang November. Yan po yung next step. We're very excited kasi this is something new and we Salesians hope that as we do this process well, the church in the Philippines will follow. We're doing this kind of model for doing youth ministry na sana kopyahin ng iba. Kasi hindi naman honestly, I find this is something worthwhile, Parang magandang model for doing youth ministry. And we hope other youth ministry settings will follow.
Sa lahat ng documents, Father, on the youth, sabi nga natanggal sa instrumentum yung LGBT, pero was there any mention of same-sex attracted people
Yes.
there?
Sa
Final document. Pero walang label.
Persons with same-sex attraction.
Pero sa Salesians wala.
Wala.
Wala naman.
Parang hindi lumabas yun, yung LGBT sa Salesian. Actually, that's surprisingly missing. I mean, kasi yung number one concern dun sa international release.
Number one.
Pero dito hindi. Even premarital sex, yung yung body of activity and sexuality.
Factor ba yung number of respondents nila? Baka po church-going youth ba yung mga
Or talagang ano yun? So, it's surprisingly missing.
I think kasi, kaya hindi mo ba? Kasi, hindi mo ba ano? Kasi nga di ba sinasabi ni the father, hindi talaga, tolerated sila. Hindi naman katulad ng
Sa ibang bansa.
ibang bansa na, ay pagbakla ka ganun yun. Hindi naman, I don't think na may ganun. Alam nila na, pero usually yung abuse or bullying, especially kung sa Don Bosco yan.
Walang issue siguro. Hindi nila nilabas eh. Hindi nila nilabas.
Posible mag-boostage yung hotel, di ba?
Hindi naman.
Pero kasi open FGD to. Well, open siya FGD siya eh. So,
Pero example, even yung love is love, parang yung mga ganun, parang hindi siya lumabas. Diba? Your love wins, di ba? Yung mga ganun. Yung mga ganun.
Wala. Hindi lumabas sa amin yan. Baka sa Ateneo lalabas yan.
Kasi solutions to, yung students to.
Yes, ito po. Kaya nga, sobrang grateful din kami kasi talagang yung mga kabataan namin, malapit sa amin, they don't feel threatened. Yung antagonism, halos wala.
Yung outside.
Kasi ito yung market nito. Salesian schools, Salesian.
Saka very present kasi ang mga Salesians sa you could attest to that. Mga Bosconia sa
Salesian schools.
Marami yung kaming Bosconia.
Yung apat.
Dahil sa
Apat na ba tayo? Ayaw nga, ikaw rin.
Grabe ka, kinakalimutan ko
Mandaluyong.
yung
Mandaluyong ka. Anong batch mo nga, be? Anong batch mo? Mandaluyong.
ano pa ba? Mr. Indra.
T8.
1958?
T8 lang, T8.
T8?
Wala yung first school.
Basta 18 doon.
Game na, papatingin.
Okay.
Thank you, Father.